Hi, it's Kenny here from Triscribe. In this short video, I'm going to show you our new admin burden or administration burden charts. You can see I'm in the entry Triscribe dashboard screen. As always, you can set Triscribe to start at whatever chart you find most useful, and that now includes setting it to start on the admin burden chart for your ward, if that's what would be helpful for you. So if I click on that, you'll see a chart, and this chart is an overview of the admin burden in your ward. In this case, ward G6 is the example we've got here. And the overview simply shows that the line 0 is the average admin burden for each day for this particular ward. And so the bars show whether the average is above or below the line. And the average is based on a scoring system, which we have worked through with the medicine safety team. It's a scoring burden based on those administrations which are increasingly complex. So from handing someone a pill in a cup to a complex high burden injectable. And they all get different scores, and we work out a clever average so that you can see whether you're above or below the average for your ward. And in this chart, we're combining the scores for all relevant admins that create a burden on the staff on that particular ward. So if you look at the filters for this chart, they're relatively simple. You can change the date range, so you're looking at a different, 7 days, 90 days. So if I did 7 days there, and you can select a different ward or add some wards to it. I'm just going to apply that so you can see that goes down to 7 days. The other two charts look at admin burden by particular groups. So this is burden group levels. And if you look at the title, you will see it now says the daily levels for high burden injectables. And again, we've set and defined that group using input from the medication safety team. And it's still set for this chart to 30 days for G6 ward. And in this chart, it just shows you the number of administrations. And in this case, by number, we mean the number of high burden injectable administrations for each day. So it's simply a number. It's not a score or anything like that. And if you look at the filters, again, you can change the date range. You can select a different ward or wards, and you can select a different burden group. And so if I click on that, you will see that it includes anesthesia, various different groups of high burden injectables or potential high burden injectables and different drugs that you could select for this chart. The burden group scores is a very similar type of chart, but this goes back to using the scoring system. So instead of just showing the number of administrations, again, it's high burden injectables we've got here, and it shows whether that is above or below the average. And the other refinement on this chart is it also shows a color. So green means that it's close enough to the average that it shouldn't really have any area of concern or impact on your staffing or how you manage the ward. Yellow means that it's varying by a significant amount from the average. And once you get to orange or potentially even red, there's no red on this particular chart, then that's telling you that you really are quite a long way from your average. And that might mean, as here, where you've got quite a high level of injectables, that you needed more staff just to deal with that. On the other hand, if you have a very low burden, you might need less staff. You might wonder if you've missed something. There may be nothing to worry about because obviously the level of activity on different wards ebbs and flows. It's just something to make you think and ask the right question. It's not meant to be something on which you say, well, I must do something. Simply makes you think, am I properly staffed? Have I missed something? That type of question. Now, an interesting thing about this, we have built into the software behind this chart, all of these charts, the opportunity to look at the high burden injectables for the next day or two as well. So in other words, taking prescription data and saying, what do we expect to happen tomorrow and the next day? Once you go beyond that, it's too far. At the moment, we're not showing that in the chart. Feedback we've had so far says that that's not that helpful. But if you think differently, or you'd like to give us any other feedback about these charts, we'd love to hear from you. And you can contact me just by send him an email to the address that appears on the screen. Thanks very much.